Welcome to another episode on my fischertechnik monorail. Monorail built with fischertechnik, controlled by rubber interface of fischertechnik, and ultimately by this BeagleBoard, which runs Ubuntu Linux. Controlled, programmed using Python, and then some signal control or signal signaling using an oscilloscope. Last time I experienced some problems using loss of connection, and that was not only visible on the output screen with FT thread messages, etc., and USB breaking up, etc., but it was also visible by these two LEDs which normally just blink on USB, but now they blink like this. First this blinks, which I don't use anymore. I can use it, but it gives too much delay. And this COM LED, LED, when the old-fashioned serial port is being used. Anyway, now it's USB. So why is that happening? And one suggestion is, since it happens when the carriage is being moved, is there a power dip somewhere, somehow? Because those messages seem to be solely caused by a power drop. So that is what I want to investigate. And now all the probes are situated for pulses modulation and not power. So I am first going to check the power, the pulses modulation once again, because the question is also from last time, why does my program not do anything anymore, and why does the diagnostics do everything? So let's just check on this. Let's run my program. Starting. And right now the single USB LED is flashing, and yet there's nothing happening, not even on screen. Well, almost nothing, but by far not enough. So I'm interrupting the program. Starting it again. And the fact that it does work somehow proves also this lamp that I constructed last time. So what does work? This doesn't. Now okay, that is some power I need to fix. Then here, this works. This works. So all of that works except the carriage. And here something wrong as well, as far as I can see. So well, this shows like pulses modulation at maximum speed. Except that it doesn't do anything. So and yet again nothing. So let's try now the diagnostics interface. Although now the program does give a lot of output, but the propellers aren't running, so let's check. And run the diagnostics. And there it happens already. Oops. This is a major problem now. So let me check again to see if I can solve this. Well, it is running on one LED now. But does it run? No. It doesn't run at all. So this is a problem, and therefore it is best for me to check on the power. So that's what I'm going to do next. How and when will this run? And then crap, shit, whatever happens. What I was trying to do was in an oscilloscope changing from pulse width modulation to slope, because that shows when the power drops on a negative flank. And I had a nice signal until FT thread error reading from interface. All nice, except that it doesn't respond anymore. Well, not here. Here it does. So what do I do? Probably best thing is to check for global interface, diagnostics. So let me cancel this one. No. Does that work? No, it doesn't. So I do it again. Well, oh, it has gone. So I have to be very careful now not to ruin it all. The question is, why is this all visible? That is a very good question, and I also do not know whether this login or this login or this one is actually one of these. And here I can't do a thing anymore. Ah, there it's gone. It's now exiting. Alright, that means that I can start it again. And now, of course, I have to move it up and find that terminal where I can or could shoot. So open interface. Now it's here. Alright. Now I can do something or see something, and here you can see at least something happen. The question is what and why. Now what I'm most interested in is the yellow line. So it's entirely to the top, which means it is about 10 volts. But now it's still running. So, and I think this is the best way to measure the problem. So let me now manually move the carriage, and let me be careful about this. Alright. And also let's move this aside so we can see output, screen output. And it still doesn't do a thing. The propellers are absolutely quiet, and yet here is signal. So let's take a look at the yellow signal, whatever happens. And a look at the purple signal, which is the probe of the carriage. Which signal does that get? And the signal is still uninterrupted. It is still going on. So there's something very weird going on. Let me try to change this again. Now it's absolutely quiet. But why is this happening? Alright, let me put it at 3. And still, alright, there's distortion, but I'm moving it, and what I still need to look at is the yellow line. And that I clearly do not see. So let me reduce the speed, or even reduce it more. Taking a look again. But the yellow line doesn't give a thing, and it is still doing things. Now this is interesting because the purple probe shouldn't give anything. It is disconnected from the power. Now it touches again. But still, when you want an error you don't get it. How typical. So, how to proceed? My idea is to move the carriage towards the end of the track. So I better connect this. Now this is very remarkable. This makes absolutely no sense. Let me show this. So why, with the crocodile beak connected, does it work? And for clarity, this rod is not even connected anymore to the ground. I just connect it and it works. So, what to do about this? Well, I'm going to move it and at the same time watch the oscilloscope. And I'm at the end of the track. So I'm going to move it again, other way around. And still no strange signal. Well, this is all slope, so when does the power drop? Alright, back a little. Okay, so now let's see what happens when I use my own software. Starting it. And you can already hear it. Now the question is, if I now lose the crocodile beak on top, what does it do? Stop. Really? This is only a probe. It's not even power. So how does this make sense? Alright, so let's take a look at the oscilloscope again. Well, we can still see it move by the probe movement if something happens. Alright, well, I'll aid it a bit. Now I'm not aiding it, and you see it move. Hands off the wheel, so to say. Hands off and feet off the gas, but it still moves. Now it doesn't. Let's help it. And it still doesn't break up. Nope, still hasn't broken up. But you see on the flashes now that the lights are, well, let's say not behaving as they should. But why is this? The USB LED is still doing its job. Some spikes. I see some spikes. But only from yellow and blue, not from purple, which is the carriage. Alright, cutting it and restarting. And then it jolts forward. But I'm not noticing anything now. Alright, now with everything connected, back to the diagnosis and see whatever happens then when I give it full power. Okay. Interface. Yes. Then it is connected, no doubt. Let's move it aside. Stop transfer and no such device. But it's still connected, considering to the LED. Considering the LED. It did move. Alright, let me move it aside. Alright, it did do something. Like now. I can't consider this normal behavior, by the way. Not by any means. But the power drop that I am looking for has not happened yet. And by the way, something else. I have been looking for a long rod for Israel, but utility shops, well, the one I can get to, well, fastest, don't have it, and fischertechnik has only a rather short one. Well, the longest that I have is as long as they get. So I have to find something for it. Alright. Guys, I'm trying to break power. What happens? Ah, okay. That noise was the crocodile beak of the blue line, the yeah, let's call it the purple line that that goes off. Anyway, let's move it entirely back to the original, so don't mind the signal. And now time for my own software again. No. Alright. Did I close it? No, now I have. Go. Guys, I want power. Now why don't the motors run? I get absolutely nothing. And the power rod is still connected. So what is this one doing? I'm disconnecting the crocodile beak from the carriage, and it doesn't do a thing, except from the signal on the scope. Which is, by the way, the line at bottom. Alright, connected again. So why is this happening? Restarting. I can't say I like this. Alright, back to diagnostics. Where is that? That window. Right here. So drop it, get it back again, and let's see whatever happens. It is connected, yes. And once again I get a signal, as you can see on the oscilloscope, but the motor doesn't do a thing. It is very clearly connected. The USB LED does its work, and that's all I get. I don't like this. Not at all. So where does this take us? Where has it taken us? I'm not sure yet. First of all, the connection doesn't break. When you want to break it, it doesn't. I'm not measuring pulse width modulation, but I'm measuring slope. When does it get interrupted? Nothing unusual right now. But now when it is connected it doesn't work, and the diagnostic interface is getting, well, it's not running full. but it doesn't run at all. Well, you can, well, when I direct it to the oscilloscope, when I now change speed, you can clearly see the change. So let me remove this one. The effect is there, but it's meaningless. Yeah, and now it breaks. Now it broke. So why does it break now? I'm not moving it, I'm just doing something with the crocodile beak. It's not consistent in any way. Alright. Actually not alright, because it doesn't give any clarity. And once again, I can't just break it. I can't move anything with the mouse now. I can't restart. So there I am. Doing what? I don't know. I have no answers. I have just more questions instead. Can't say I like that. So with this garage, first thing I did was this, and it started to run suddenly, and then I remove it and it breaks. Why? It's not even connected. Power dip, when? I have no idea. Pulse width will be alright. Speed, at times it has a nice speed, mostly it stands still. Why? I don't know. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and my other videos, subscribe to my channel and like the videos. And forward the URL, whatever. Follow me on Twitter, retweet and like. Follow me on Instagram and like. Please donate to keep the videos coming your way. More information on my website. All because of Dutch taxes. IRS. And needless to say, this is going to be continued. Bye bye.